Deputies made an arrest in a 2015 double murder. Today, we're learning more about the criminal history Bradley Lawson has. We'll tell you the details coming up.
State police have arrested 2 people they say tampered with evidence of a murder in Wolfe County after the body was found in Montgomery County.
His legacy is strong here in Kentucky. How mourners in Louisville are celebrating Ali's life tonight.
This is WKYT News at 11.
A roller coaster week of weather. Thanks for staying up with WKYT. I'm Kristen Kennedy. We are tracking a big range in temperatures this week. We begin with WKYT's Mike Linden and the no-wait weather forecast.
That's right, Kristen. We are looking at some wacky weather ahead of us here for the work week, but it's been a wacky weekend. It's been humid, muggy, stormy, kind of ugly and gray. Things are really improving, though, as we work our way through the evening hours tonight. The mid-60s, where most spots sit so far this evening, still holding on to the 70s in southern Kentucky. The key, though, is that the humidity is gone, or at least it's waning, so it feels so much better outside than it has over the past few days. The Defender radar network hardly even showing us any cloud cover, so things are really improving. We're not seeing any of the active weather. There's no storminess. That is all pushed off to the east of us, and now we're left on the western side of that cold front with cooler, drier weather. Though, look to Chicago. You can already see that there are some showers developing around that low pressure that will dive into the bluegrass tomorrow. But overall, it really does look like an up and down week of weather where things are bound to not only cool down to a significant range, but then work their way back up, potentially making a run at the 90s. Coming up, I'll take you hour by hour, show you what those temperatures look like for the work week ahead, and show you what you can expect into your Monday.
He is facing a long list of charges. We are learning tonight about a southern Kentucky man charged with a double murder in 2015. Deputies in Laurel County say 34-year-old Bradley Lawson killed Donnie and Sharon Jackson. He was already in jail when deputies charged him. He was indicted in April on federal drug charges. WKYT's Caitlin Sentner takes a look at Lawson's past and our top story at 11.
Every day we go past by that house, and I say to myself, I still wish Sherry and Donnie was alive. It's just that you wish somebody could have saved them.
Christine Clooney lives on Slate Ridge Road and drives past the former home of Donnie and Sharon Jackson. It's now boarded up, reminding Clooney they're gone. She was there the day fire crews were called out to a house fire.
She said, yeah, somebody tried to set the place on fire. I said, did Donnie and Sherry get out?
They were found inside with gunshot wounds.
It was unbelievable. It was very unbelievable.
This is the home where police say Bradley Lawson attempted to rob the Jacksons. He's now behind bars for 2 counts of murder. Today, we're learning more about Lawson's criminal history.
I had seen him one time walking up this way, but we didn't know where he was going or anything.
Just a few miles up the road, Donnie and Sharon used to hang out at AmVet's Post 116. We're told Lawson, a veteran, has been seen there but wasn't a member. He's been in jail since August of 2015 when he was arrested on drug offenses. He's accused of transporting methamphetamine between Whitley County and Georgia from August 2014 to August 2015. Since then, he's been charged twice, in April on federal charges for those drug offenses and 1 day ago for the double murder.
You know, we don't want Lily to be a town that we live in where crime is being committed.
In Laurel County, Caitlin Sentner, WKYT.
The Times-Tribune reports Lawson was convicted for wanton endangerment back in 2012. He's expected in court at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. Investigators found 2 bodies in 2 separate counties this weekend, and they think both cases are connected. They found the first body Saturday under Slate Creek Bridge in Montgomery County. The second they found near a cabin in Wolfe County. So far, 2 people have been arrested. WKYT's Victor Puente takes a look at their arrest citations in this Crime Tracker report.
Saturday afternoon, a man fishing along Slate Creek in Montgomery County came across a body beneath this bridge. The Montgomery County Sheriff said that started a homicide investigation, which led Kentucky State Police to Wolfe County. The arrest citations for Carla Hunt and Talmadge Branham claim they were there with 3 men at a cabin off of Kentucky 11 in Wolfe County when 2 of those men got into a fight with the third and shot him. That man was found in Slate Creek in Montgomery County. Police say Branham and Hunt tampered with physical evidence when they stopped at a car wash in Winchester to wash blood out of a rental car after driving those other 2 men back to Lexington. Branham is from Jeffersonville. He lives a few miles away from where that body was found in Montgomery County. I spoke to his mother earlier today. She said she couldn't say anything because she hadn't talked to him yet. State police said a second body was found outside of that Wolfe County cabin Sunday morning. The Montgomery County coroner said that was also a suspected homicide, and both bodies would be taken to the state medical examiner's office. According to that citation, Branham and Hunt only knew the nicknames of the men they were with at that cabin. As far as we know, there have been no other arrests in this case. In Wolfe County, Victor Puente, WKYT.
The Montgomery County coroner is still working to notify the families of both people. An arrest citation shows the man found was from Dayton, Ohio. Jury selection in Lexington begins tomorrow morning in the trial of Mark Taylor. Taylor faces murder and kidnapping charges for the 2013 death of Alex Johnson. Police say they found Johnson's body inside a barrel in the Kentucky River. Attorneys expect Taylor's trial to last 2 weeks. A hometown hero is honored in Louisville. Boxing legend and Kentucky native Muhammad Ali passed away this weekend at a hospital in Phoenix, Arizona. The 74-year-old battled Parkinson's disease for decades. Today, his body returned to Louisville. A private plane carrying his casket landed this afternoon, and police escorted Ali's body to the funeral home. His brother said this afternoon he wants the funeral to be love and happiness for Ali's memory.
It's hard to explain exactly how I feel. My best friend, my brother was my wife, Carolyn, she's my best friend. I was my friend, my brother was one of my best friends. But I just overwhelmingly happy that my brother Jones is back. He's going to a better place. Yeah. Thank be the Lord God.
An interfaith memorial service to honor the memory of Ali was held tonight at the River Road Mosque in Louisville. Ali was born Cassius Clay and converted to Islam in the early 1960s. When Ali announced his conversion, promoters threatened to cancel boxing matches, and the media at the time first refused to refer to him by his new name. Today's service was open to all faiths. Dan Koob talked to Ali's best friend about his legacy.
You won't get far at Central High School without encountering greatness, or rather, the greatest.
It would be something everybody would ask about. This is the school that Muhammad Ali went to. I said, yes, it is, proudly.
And we met during that time, and we trained hard. He was the most dedicated young athlete that I ever known to want to succeed in his career as a boxer.
One of Muhammad Ali's best friends, Victor Bender,
Ali was Burrell, myself.
walked the Central Halls with the world champion 55 years ago, and up until recently,
That was last year.
kept in touch with him at every turn.
Not just about boxing, it's about his humanitarian and his character and his desire to work with young people. Had Parkinson's for 32 years, and some people don't live over 2 or 3 years with Parkinson's. And he's had it for 32 years and said, hey, it's sad.
Perhaps the best version of Ali, at least in the eyes of a close friend, came before butterflies and bee stings and WBC titles.
The 2 girls fighting over him. Oh, he's gonna be mine. I said, y'all fools, what's wrong with y'all? I'm not gonna be either one of your boyfriend.
Bender knew the bashful side of Cassius wouldn't last long.
When he went over to the Olympics and won that gold medal, he got more confident in himself as a boxer, as a person.
The legacy is long-lasting. Ali's contributions to Central endure.
He was my hero, honestly. He was a humanitarian, and he taught people to love each other rather than to hate.
Anybody that can say they're the greatest, or any man that can get away with saying he's pretty, or anybody that can do the things that he did the way he did it, there's no way that that impact is going to die down in 1 generation or 2.
And moments to a friend he'll never forget.
I always thought he was a brother to me, and I was a brother to him.
Ali's funeral will be Friday afternoon at 2 at the KFC Yum Center. The service will be translated and streamed on the internet. Former President Bill Clinton, Billy Crystal, and Bryant Gumbel will give eulogies at his funeral. There will be a private ceremony Thursday for family. We will know tomorrow if prosecutors plan to file charges against the parents of the boy who got into the Cincinnati Zoo's gorilla exhibit last weekend. Zoo workers had to shoot and kill a 17-year-old gorilla that dragged the boy through some water. The boy's family says he's doing well at home. Cincinnati police handed the case over to prosecutors Thursday. They will decide if the parents should be charged. Legal experts believe charges are unlikely. Since the incident, zoo leaders have closed the gorilla exhibit. They are expected to reopen it Tuesday. Leaders have been making changes to the fence separating the public and the gorillas. Zoo leaders say the new barrier railing is 42 inches high, has solid wood beams at the top and bottom, and knotted rope netting. They say they made the changes even though the old barrier passed the Association of Zoos and Aquariums inspection. The funeral for a Kentucky author and financial expert is now scheduled for Monday. Friends and family paid their respects to Don McNay during a visitation today. The 57-year-old died suddenly last weekend on a trip to visit his wife. She is president of a school in New Orleans. McNay was a financial consultant who made a name for himself writing nationally published articles. He had a column in the Huffington Post. His funeral begins at 11 tomorrow morning at the Cathedral of Christ the King in Lexington. Coming up on WKYT, sparks will be flying in Lexington. We'll explain why the city is putting on a show tomorrow night. And Hillary Clinton is closer to the Democratic presidential nomination. Voters in Puerto Rico cast their ballots.
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with Mike Linden.
The past few days have certainly been quite active, muggy, and gray. Maybe not the prettiest first weekend of the month, but we have improved tenfold as we work our way through the evening hours of Sunday and now work our way into a brand new work week. First Alert Defender not really showing us too much out there right now, and things are really improving as we head into a brand new work week. A cold front that brought us the active weather is now pushing that toward the eastern coast. And of course, that's where we're finding most of the rainfall. Notice the western edge of that cold front where we reside now. It looks a lot drier, a lot calmer. There's still some showers, though, right now over the Chicago area that will dive into the bluegrass as we get into our Monday. But it's this secondary cold front next to that low pressure right now near the Minneapolis area that's really going to shake things up as we head into Tuesday and Wednesday, pushing in mild air as things do begin to calm down into the next few days. We're not going to get in on the widespread wet weather that we saw this weekend. We're not going to be perfectly dry either, though. Right now, your temperature still holding steady in the low 70s and upper 60s, right around room temperature outside. The key, though, is that lack of humidity, or the fact that the humidity is waning. It feels more comfortable outside. This is what it looks like for your morning commute early on in the mid-60s. Some cloud cover out there, too. Not looking at any wet weather until a little bit later into the afternoon when we hit our daytime high at around 4 o'clock in the lower 80s. Now, as far as what we'll see out of this secondary front diving into the bluegrass, well, first we're going to see the active weather into tomorrow afternoon around 4 or 5 o'clock. Notice those showers sticking their way into the bluegrass as we get into the evening hours. This is 7 o'clock. This defined line here could end up producing some thunderstorms as well out ahead of that cold front from the Minneapolis area. That front will continue to dive into the bluegrass as we head into your Tuesday. You'll first start to see that early Tuesday morning, and then by the afternoon, it could push in some additional showers. But the key to remember out of this secondary front here will be for Tuesday and Wednesday, daytime highs will drop back into the lower 70s, and some spots on Wednesday might not even make it out of the upper 60s. Normal for this time of year? Right around tomorrow's high, near 80 degrees or so. So it looks like just a few little bumps in the road tomorrow and potentially for Tuesday as well. But the middle of the work week looking wonderful, especially if you haven't had the opportunity to get outside because of that mugginess. But what goes down must go right back up, because by next weekend, Kristen, we make a run back for the upper 80s, potentially even the lower 90s. It all hinges on the cloud cover, but it does look likely we could hit 90s before summer.
It looks like we got a couple days of nice weather.
Boy, the middle of the work week looks fantastic. I can't wait.
Coming up next on WKYT, the Democratic presidential candidates are campaigning in California. But will the state's votes make a difference Tuesday? We're taking a close look at the latest numbers.
Methadone clinics have been around for decades and done their best to stay below the radar.
You do get judged for
coming to places like this.
Are they helping the state's drug epidemic or adding to the problem? Methadone clinics, Monday at 6 on WKYT.
For you, it starts with a chime on your phone, a post in your timeline. But for us, it starts even earlier.
We're tracking breaking news.
Well, that shooting happened at just
Getting breaking news to you is what we do. WKYT stands for Kentucky.
Tuesday night's Mega Millions jackpot is $260 million, and Wednesday night's Powerball jackpot is $123 million. Frontrunner Hillary Clinton is closer to becoming the presumptive Democratic nominee. The last big round of primaries will be Tuesday, with California offering the biggest prize. CBS's Danielle Nottingham reports from Los Angeles.
Hillary Clinton says she's confident she'll clinch the Democratic nomination this week.
After Tuesday, I'm going to do everything I can to reach out to try to unify the Democratic Party, and I expect Senator Sanders to do the same.
Clinton spent the weekend campaigning hard around California, where she's in a dead heat with Bernie Sanders. The Vermont senator also blitzed the state, visiting West Hollywood and taking a spin on a carousel with his grandchildren at the Santa Monica Pier.
If I am not the nominee, and we're going to fight to become the nominee, it is Secretary Clinton's job to explain to those people why she should get their support.
6 states are voting in primaries on Tuesday. Even though California could go to Sanders, Clinton may not need to win here.
She will almost certainly clinch the nomination before the polls close in California.
As Clinton edges closer to facing Donald Trump in November, the presumptive Republican nominee is getting heat for highlighting the Mexican heritage of the federal judge presiding over a lawsuit against Trump University.
He's a member of a club or society very strongly pro-Mexican, which is all fine. But I say he's got bias. I want to build a wall.
Clinton called the remarks dangerous and not normal politics. Danielle Nottingham, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Clinton started today needing only 60 delegates to get the nomination. With the win in Puerto Rico, she is now 28 delegates away. She'll have to wait for Tuesday's primaries to reach the magic number of 2,383. Firefighters across Kentucky and surrounding states got some hands-on training today in Lexington. Dozens practice rescuing fellow firefighters from burning homes. Lexington crews hope this kind of training will help save their fellow first responders' lives.
We lose roughly 100 firefighters across the nation a year.
Firefighters have spent time in the classroom, on rope rescue courses, and in heavy vehicle rescues. They say it is the longest running fire training school in the country. It is their 87th year. And a reminder tonight, crews in Lexington will be setting off test fireworks tomorrow. City leaders announced last week a new location for their 4th of July display. They'll launch fireworks from a site on Alumni Drive near the Arboretum. The test tomorrow will last approximately 3 minutes. Lee Kay's in next with sports. A former Wildcats remembering his run-in with the greatest of all time.
That's right, Kristen. Muhammad Ali made an appearance at Rupp Arena in 1995, and he did something that surprised one former Wildcat I spoke to today. And the Warriors take Game 2 with a dominating win over the Cleveland Cavaliers. Those highlights are next in sports. Muhammad Ali impacted many lives around the world, and over the past 48 hours, many have relived their favorite moments from the three-time heavyweight champ. One of the more memorable moments for UK fans came in 1995 when Ali formed the Y at Rupp Arena center court during the Florida game. Ali even watched the game on the UK bench, something former Wildcat Jeff Shepard said he had never seen before.
It wasn't common for us to have anyone sit on the bench with us, and, really ever. I can't think of anybody else sitting with us on the bench. And it wasn't like he sat at the very end of the bench. He sat right in the middle of us. I mean, to say it was an honor would be an understatement. To have a champion like that, to be a part of our team, no matter how brief of a moment it was.
Look at that, Ali sitting right there on the bench next to Cameron Mills. What a cool moment that was. More recently, the 2015 UK basketball team had an unforgettable interaction with Ali. This picture was taken on September 26, 2014, on a visit to the Ali Center in Louisville. It was part of a preseason team-building activity just ahead of the Cats' historic season. Each player even had a chance to take an individual picture with the three-time heavyweight champ. Here's Ali with a freshman, Tyler Eulis. A representative from all 30 NBA teams was in Orlando today to watch former Wildcat big man Skal Labissiere work out. He was able to show off his range, knocking down NBA threes. He's also been working on his post-up game. Labissiere is projected as a lottery pick in the draft later this month. And former Wildcat and Gonzaga Bulldog Kyle Wiltjer worked out for the Utah Jazz this weekend. The Jazz have 4 picks in this year's draft. Wiltjer told reporters that during his time at Gonzaga, he sometimes played pickup games against Utah Jazz great John Stockton.
He can still bring it. If it's game point, he's going to foul you, whatever it takes. You know, he's a competitor. It's really cool to see that. You know, that's what made him so special. And he's one of the all-time greats. It's really cool that, you know, I've been able to learn from one of the greatest players ever to play the game.
Speaking of the greatest, there was a moment of silence to honor Muhammad Ali before tonight's Game 2 of the NBA Finals. Second quarter, LeBron James on the post lays it in. Cavs had a 26-22 lead. James finished with 19 points. But the Warriors would go on a run late in the half. Draymond Green hits a three to give the Golden State Warriors a 37-30 lead. Warriors led by 11 at the half. Second half was all Golden State. Steph Curry from long distance. He finished with 18 points. Warriors shoot 45% from three, and they win Game 2 easily, 110-77 to take a 2-0 series lead. The PGA playing just up the road this weekend in Dublin, Ohio for the Memorial Tournament. Former UK golfer J.B. Holmes in contention on Sunday at Muirfield Village. Here at 13, Holmes bends in the birdie to move to -13, just 3 shots off the lead. Then at 15, Holmes collects his 6th birdie of the round. He would bogey 17 and finish the tournament at -13, tied for 4th place. The tournament would end in a playoff. William McGirt pars the first playoff hole to defeat John Curran, McGirt's first PGA Tour win. But here's what JB had to say about his round.
It was a good day for me. You know, I played a lot more difficult today with the wind, and you know, I putted well, and you know, kind of got it up there at the end, and you know, just made a poor drive on 17, kind of cost me. But all in all, it was a great week for me. You know, I played well today, so you know, it was a fun day.
The Reds have been on a roll after dropping 11 straight. Cincinnati entered Sunday's series finale against the Nationals with wins in 5 of their last 6. Going for a sweep on Sunday, Cincinnati had the bases loaded in the second. Ivan DeJesus Jr. doubles to the wall and left. That'll clear the bases. Jay Bruce, Adam Duvall, Eugenio Suarez come on down. 3-0 Reds. Same inning, Tyler Holt takes the pitch to shallow center field. It drops in for a hit. DeJesus scores, then Tucker Barnhart. It's 5-0 Reds. But the Nats would storm back, scoring 5 in the 4th. Lexington Catholic product Ben Revere with a base hit to right. That would tie the game at 5 apiece. Nationals would jump out to a 10-5 lead in the 6th. The Reds would rally, but they come up short, 10-9. Reds were so close. Looked like they were going to win, but they've done that, so their pitching's terrible.
That's happened a couple times this season.
And I think it's going to happen a couple times more.
We'll be right back with a final look at weather. Looking forward to that nice weather you keep talking about.
Yeah, that's right. Now we have some emojis in order to detail the weather that we're looking at for our Monday. So here we go. Tomorrow morning, looking pretty good, comfortable in the mid-60s. By the afternoon, really happy. Back to near normal in the upper 70s and low 80s. But then as we head into the evening hours, that's the kind of, you know, this again kind of face. Looking at some active weather again tomorrow afternoon, mainly just some rain, the chance for some thunderstorms, but regardless back to normal as far as temperatures go in the lower 80s. The humidity, though, that is waning, so it should feel a little bit better out there tomorrow. But that last face there pretty much sums up how we felt about the active weather the past few days. Pretty much done with it.
I always give Jim Caldwell a hard time, say those emojis kind of look like him. Would you agree?
Well, they don't have any hair.
This is the last one.
So, yeah.
Let's hope he's not watching.
Thanks for joining us right here on WKYT. Have a good night.